Welcome to my channel, Purposeful Play, where I talk about all things early childhood education. I'm Danielle, and I am a 4K teacher in Wisconsin, and this is my puppy Crosby in a morning meeting. So, oh my gosh, I have recorded this like a time. Stop! Some bright hair. Sit down. Dogs, they keep interrupting me. Anyways, morning meeting. A virtual morning meeting with 4-year-olds. I want to share it with you, so let's get started. All right, this is my setup. I've got my laptop here that I use, and where is it? I just have a little webcam that sits on the top because my webcam on the laptop doesn't work, and I'm almost always at home. I do my Zooms at home. Occasionally I'll go into school, but not very often. So this is what I use. The first thing we do is we sing our hello song. And when the kids see their name, which I have them all written on these little cards, when they see their name, they know they need to be ready to unmute themselves and respond to whatever we're singing that day. It might be, how are you? It might be just saying good morning. It might be answering a question like, hey, what's your favorite color? So I'm gonna sing the song for you. Hello, Lauren. Hello, Lauren. Hello, Lauren. And how are you today? And then I do put these, the ones that are here in one pile, and if I notice that somebody's not there, I put them in another pile, because it's a quick way for me to do attendance, because I know these kids were here, these ones were not here. And when you have, 20-ish students in your whole group meeting, sometimes it's hard to remember. And then for the kids that can't remember to mute or unmute themselves, I just hold these up to give them a little reminder. And I am also, at the end of the meeting, I say, thank you friends for muting and unmuting when as soon as you see your name come up. And I noticed that you guys were doing it all by yourselves. Way to go. I know you can do it by yourselves. Because there are still a couple of adults that are still doing it for them, and I want them to know that, yeah, these kids can do it themselves. So this week, starting tomorrow, is the first week we're going to be doing our question of the day. And so this week is, tomorrow is, do you have a brother or sister? And we sent home a card in their bag that says yes and no. And so the kids, after we read the question of the day, do you have a brother or a sister? Yes or no? And then they hold up their card, yes or no. And it's a quick visual to see who said yes and who said no. And I'm going to do tally marks here, tally marks here. We can count it. We can, write our numbers. We can compare which one has more, which one has less. And then this can be a quick little discussion on the results of the question of the day as well. So, and then after question of the day, before we read our story, we're going to do a quick movement activity. So it might be a quick dance, it could be a finger play, a stand up, a stretch, whatever it is, so that we are ready to sit down and listen to the read aloud. And I do stop and talk about the book as we're reading it. I ask questions, and the kids have been getting pretty good at waving their hand if they want to answer a question. So I can just quickly scroll across and find somebody who wants to answer the question. And when I'm on Zoom too, when I'm reading the story, I actually turn it to spotlight myself so that the book is up close, and then on their screen, I'm the biggest thing that they see, because at the beginning, I could see them all just kind of peering in there on their little iPad screen, trying to see the pictures in the book. So when I spotlight it, everybody can see it a bigger. And then when I'm done, I take it off of spotlight so they can see all of their friends. And then after we read the story and ask questions and talk about it, then we sing our goodbye song, which goes like this. Wait. We have all the kids wave, and you can see this whole screen of waving hands and smiling faces, which is fantastic. And we sing, it's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. We've had fun, but now we're done. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. And then I end the meeting. And that is it. And like I said, it started out as, about a 10-minute meeting, and it's just getting a little bit longer and longer. I would not want to go longer than 20 minutes because I just think it's too much. So that is our morning meeting. I'm going to show you what my little setup is here for my cart and what I have hanging up here for what I need. Yeah, just because I think it might be helpful to someone. I also want to mention, and I forgot to mention, that we don't do calendar, and I gave that up about 7 years ago, and I'll link an article down below that's found on the NACCE website, and it'll explain why calendar time, the traditional counting the days, singing the days of the week, is not really appropriate for this age. And there's so many other things that are really important that you really want to focus on during those very precious 15-20 minutes that you have during this large group time. So if you want, take some time to check out that article. And of course, the dog's back in the video again. Here is the cart that's sitting right beside my table. It's one of those ones from Michael's that, is always on sale, or you can use a coupon on it. And so it wasn't too expensive. And then when I'm not using it for school, I'm going to be just taking stuff out, and hopefully I can put my crafty stuff back into it. So at the back, I've got my question of the day with my yes, no cards right there. And then my dry erase markers for when I need them. I have the mute and unmute little tags right there. A chalkboard, for when I need to be doing things on our little chalkboards, and then the chalk is in the little bucket there. Oh, I should show you this too. This is Thinking Putty, and if you have not, it's called Crazy Erin's Thinking Putty, and if you haven't discovered that yet, ooh, I love it. I use that for my own Zoom meetings, teacher Zoom meetings. When I need something to do with my hands, I just play with that. It's like Silly Putty, but cooler. Don't really need these for my morning meetings, but of course I have them there because I use them all the time. My Flair pens, and then sticky notes, pens, pencils, stuff like that. And then hanging here, I have 2 different classes. So I have my class schedule hanging up here, which I can show to you. So on it, for every day, this actually goes home to the parents, so the parents see this, and then I print this out for me to have there. So you can see that it always has the same thing. It just changes up depending on the day. So it says, work on seesaw activities at your own pace throughout the day. And then it shows which materials you need for that day, what our focus question is, the seesaw activities that require a response, like the assignment ones. And then we have play and choice time activities for the families to do or not to do, whatever, during the day and at their own time. And then it goes on the back, and then it shows my small groups, and then also what we're doing during those small groups. So that is my schedule, and this is what is right beside me. On the wall that's right in front of where I sit at my table, I have the seesaw shortcuts, because for some reason I can't remember them all the time, so I have to keep Googling them. So now I've got them hanging. I have my list of small groups, who's in them and when they are, which the names are covered up for now. And then I have my own schedule, my personal schedule of what I'm doing at what times every day. You'll see that Wednesdays is asynchronous, which means that we do not have any Zoom meetings with our kids that day. We just push out activities on Seesaw, and we get to work on our, our planning, our collaborative work, and any professional development that we have going on. So that's what's hanging here. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And if you have any suggestions or want to share what you do during your whole group meetings, I'd love to hear about it. And I'll see you next time. Have a happy day.